Hello guys, welcome back to the Beastie Room. We're going to have another egg sac pulling today, and this is of our versicolor, the Caribena versicolor, or the Martinique pink toe. Now, I don't actually remember whether we managed to get a video of this pairing or not. We've had a couple of pairings. We've been very slow on the pairing front of the last few months, and we're on a bit of a catch-up at the moment. And I have spent many times sitting trying to record some of these pairings, and for whatever reasons they've just not been playing ball, and it's been really difficult to actually get the pairings on film, which is something we've never really struggled with in the past. So it's a bit of a weird one, to be fair, and quite often or not the ones that we think are going to be really quick and easy end up taking all day, and it's like very frustrating. It's really hard work. So we managed to pair this one up, and we've also paired another two females, one of which is still yet to drop, and the other one has dropped a sac, but she only dropped that about 2 weeks ago. So this one has dropped nice and early. This one has pretty much soon after she was paired, she managed to drop. So she was paired on the 18th of January, and we saw the egg sac on the 23rd of the 2nd February. So roughly around about a month. Now that is quite good. That, you know, we look on that and we think that's great. She's dropped nice and early. But you would have remembered we just recently done an Avic, and that done the same. She paired and dropped within a month, and her egg sac was no good at all. It was all dried up and it didn't look like they were fertile. So let's see if that runs true with this one. You know, she's dropped nice and early within a month of pairing. Is the sac going to be any good or not? We don't know. We are going to find out. So we've got our little tools up here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to open this top up. Now with the Avics, they tend to web absolutely everything up, which makes it a little difficult to see. And we can take our backing board off, and if I spin that round, you'll see there what we're talking about. She's webbed this up heavily, and this is because they spend a lot of time sitting on this back glass, hanging, holding the sac, and it's not really possible to see the sac. It is actually right down the bottom. So I think if I leave it like this, you should be able to zoom in a little bit, and then hopefully you'll see the egg sac coming up through the tunnel. It doesn't look particularly big. Now, this female has bred before. She's coming up with the... It's just a point of being able to get to see it. Right, hold on 2 seconds. Just going to see if I can get this. Oh, that's wedged in there. Right, I can get that out of there. It might just give me a little bit more room. There we go. There we go. That's a very tiny egg sac. That feels just the same as the Avic. Oh dear. Right. Let's see what we got. It's not looking hopeful. Turn that round there. Put our backing board back on. This will give us some security, make her feel a little bit better. Right, let's have a little look in here. As you can see, this egg sac is shrunken. It was quite large when we first found it. Quite big. You can see where it shrinks in, and it feels hard. It feels like there's solid pieces in there. Colour wise, you see that colour? That's not a good sign. Yes, this is no good. No good at all. Yeah. Oh no, look at that. As you can see there, these are all dried out again. Now this is exactly the same scenario we had with the Avic. Exactly the same. So they've dropped their egg cases really, really early, within a month of pairing. And as you can see, this looked like it was all infertile as well. Very, very interesting. This is literally just a solid lump.
Is there something in the environment that would have maybe made them drop too soon? Like
I don't know.
Humidity?
I mean, it might be. Right. Now then, she last molted on the 29th of the 5th. So that's what, May, June, January, February, March, April, May. So last May. So she's actually gone an awful long way through her molt cycle before we've paired her. So if she'd done that last May, that would be what, 6, 7, 8 months? Yeah, 8 months, I think, since her last molt. It could also be our male. Maybe our male just wasn't up to it. This is going to be interesting because we used the same male on the other female that is in the room, the one that sits next to this girl here. With the other female that we're waiting to drop, she is in the other room. So she's in a different environment again. And that was with a different male. So we will see what the differences is there. The only thing that's different with the female in the other room is she is slightly younger. So maybe that might have an issue. But it's very interesting that we've had 2 Avics now, both mated at the same time, both dropped around about the same time. We found the egg sacs at the same time, the same day. And they've both been pulled within the same time, and they're both dry. Very, very interesting. Rather disappointing, but very interesting. But this is one of the things. So it's we never really get a full understanding. It's very difficult to actually try and ascertain exactly what is going on all the time. And bearing in mind, in here, in this room, the environment doesn't change that much from one breeding cycle to the next. It's pretty much the same. So we're sort of we're not getting fluctuations. It's not like we've got this Avic is, say, living in our living room and our temperatures are up and down and bits and pieces and there's other external factors going on. This is quite a controlled environment, and yet we see these things. But the interesting point is we've had 2 separate spiders, admittedly different spiders, but they're from the same group and they've both done exactly the same thing. So this could be a case of it was just too early, or it could just be a case of it was just a really bad pairing. But I'll say both sacs look to be infertile. Very, very interesting. Right, well, I'm sorry we didn't have some nice fluffy babies to show you. We have got other sacs there on the go, so hopefully, fingers crossed, they work out a little better. But this does open up a whole host of new questions once again. This hobby is full of new questions. But never mind. Right then. Well, I hope you enjoyed that in a different sort of way. Don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spider. And I will see you soon, guys.